This is perhaps the worst thing you could possibly feed a kid and pretend it was real food.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch
Yeah!
Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
Ooh.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey Stack 'em. 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on.
We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Fiesta Nachos. 22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
9 grams of protein.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchable.
It's Logan Paul and Mr. Beast. They're teaming up to launch a competitor to Lunchables. I know what all of the words in that headline mean individual, but putting them all together, I didn't think I'd ever see that combination of words in a headline. Mr. Beast and Logan Paul team up to launch a competitor to Lunchables. You know Lunchables. You've heard of Lunchables, right? It's the prepackaged kind of geared towards little kids going to school or going out to day camp. It's the highly processed food. It's not the healthiest stuff for you, but Mr. Beast and Logan Paul, YouTube stars, social media stars, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI, teaming up to tackle lunchtime hunger with something called Lunchly, a grab-and-go lunch option. It would feature Mr. Beast already has his Feastables chocolate bars, and Paul and KSI have Prime Beverage brand. And if they're going to combine chocolate bars and energy drinks, this is perhaps the worst thing you could possibly feed a kid and pretend it was real food.
I know Feastables at one point were supposed to be the healthier option, and he hated Hershey or whatever. And then eventually it tasted bad, and the kids didn't like it. So he just made some Hershey-like bar. Feastables has been kind of a nightmare and hasn't done well, but Mr. Beast has so much going for him on YouTube that it makes up for it, right?
It will launch with 3 options, all of which seem to fit neatly into the existing packaged lunch market: turkey stack'ems, pizza, and Fiesta Nachos. I'm going nowhere near these. Now, then again, I am not their target audience. You are a parent. Would you feed this to your kid?
That's the really interesting thing here, is that I think they're misunderstanding the target market, which is the parents, not the kid. The parents give the kid the food. And are the kids going to be like, oh man, I really want to try this? Like, I guess, maybe. But then ultimately, have any of really outside of the cheap pop that they get sustained? Like, are Feastables chocolates everywhere? Like, Prime Energy definitely is everywhere, but Feastable chocolates, I feel like, isn't a thing.
This seems like two guys with a lot of financial capital and an idea, and so they're going to get a chance to do this. And because of their success in other areas, places like The Hollywood Reporter, and The Hollywood Reporter was not the only one who does. I saw this article on plenty of mainstream sites. This wasn't just a YouTube-ish news outlet. It wasn't just wrestling outlets covering it. You know, Hollywood Reporter, I think I saw something on the MSN network as well. Content creators and influencers have found that starting businesses outside of the content space can be incredibly lucrative, with many creators raising tens of millions of dollars to grow these upstart brands. So this is kind of what you do when you've been successful in one area. You try something in another area.